What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Raise Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Raise Energy Drink. Raise Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Raise Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Raise Energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Duke's Dive. Meant to get this episode up a little bit earlier. Thanksgiving's coming around the corner, but, shit happens. And you just sometimes don't have the energy to do what you want to do. And when shit happens and you don't have the energy to do what you want to do, you might want to go to repsports.com, REPPSPORTS.com, and grab yourself some Raise Energy drinks. All kinds of flavors on there, really good stuff, really tasty stuff. Helps you get the extra oomph to do what you need to do. And when doing that, order in bulk, get a whole case. Use the code WICKEDTURTLE at checkout to save yourself some shipping money and get yourself some Raise Energy drinks. First thing I want to talk about before I jump into any news is my official PWI fan ballot for the for the fans awards in 2021 here. Of course, all of our ballots need to be in by December 1st, 2021. I'm just going to go down on my card here. I'll give a picture of it in the description and whatever. But for Rookie of the Year 2021, now this is just my official PWI ballot. I'll probably do some awards, end of the year awards at the end of the year, probably towards the end of December here, but this is, like I said, just the official PWI, and here's my picks for the official fan ballot. Rookie of the Year, Alex Zane. Most Improved, Britt Baker. Comeback, Edge. Inspirational, Eddie Kingston. Most Popular, CM Punk. Most Hated, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Feud, Ricky Shane Page, Nick Gage. Indie, True Wrestling, out of Berwick, Pennsylvania. Match, Ace Austin versus Christian Cage. Tag Team, MSK. Faction, The Dark Order. Woman, Jamie Senegal. Wrestler, John Wayne Murdoch. And my unofficial official awards. Most Active Independent Wrestling Company in 2021, Rope to Rope Entertainment. Independent Wrestling Story of the Year, The Rise of King Moran at the Sanctuary Stunt Studio. Biggest surprise, CM Punk returning to wrestling. Biggest debut, Bryan Danielson in AEW. Craziest moment, Onita versus Matt Tremont exploding ring, H2O. Breakout star, Trey Miguel, Impact Wrestling. Now, move on to my weekly take on my wrestling intake of the week. Start out with the first thing I watched on this upcoming week here that I wanted to talk about was Full Gear. Full Gear had the likes of Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida defeating Jamie Hayter and Nyla Rose on the pre-show. Then we jumped into, that wasn't up, by the way. That was a pre-show, so it don't really count anyway for my ups and downs. First up, we had MJF defeating Darby Allin with a simple headlock takeover. Of course, that was a down. Screw MJF. And we had Lucha Brothers defeating the FTR. That was an up. Bryan Danielson defeating Miro. That was an up. Jurassic Express and Christian Cage defeating the Super Click. That's a down. I'm tired of this one. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express need to move on to somebody else besides the Super Click. Cody Rhodes and Pac versus defeat Malachi Black and El Idolo. This is a down. I'm tired of this storyline too. Just move on with something. Cody's teasing, it's different shenanigans or whatever, but this is just one that doesn't really thrill me at all. Britt Baker defeats Tay Conti to retain her women's championship title. That was an up. CM Punk defeats Eddie Kingston. This was an up and my star of the show. The Inner Circle defeat the American Top Team. This is a down. I'm tired of this story too. There was one for the American Top Team thing. The Inner Circle was great with like Pinnacle and whatever, but I'm not into this American Top Team horse manure. Hangman Page defeats Kenny Omega to become the AEW Heavyweight Champion. That was an up. If I'm grading this one, and I am, because these are the pay-per-views, and they are the ones that are getting graded over dark shows or television shows. So this is, Full Gear was a B+. We're gonna move on to AEW Dark Elevation. Of course, these are rapid fire results and don't get up-down ratings. AEW Dark Elevation for the November 15th. Gun Club defeats Nasty Russ, Team Money, and Sean Cook. Nyla Rose and the Bunny defeat Emi Sakurai. Nyla Rose, the Bunny, and Emi Sakurai defeat Rio Mizunami, and Sky Blue. And then Matt Hardy and the Blade and Isaiah Cassidy defeat Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and number 5. El Idolo defeats Lord Crew. Ruby Soho defeats Charlie Cruel. John Silver defeats QT Marshall. And then we move on to AEW Dark, which was on the 16th of November. Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Jason Strife. El Idolo defeats Jossie. Spears and Wardlow defeat Eric Cannon and Rennie D. Ruby Soho defeats Hyan. And to close off AEW Dark, just not to close it off, but we have Too Fast, Too Fuego defeating Kit Sackett and Brandon Gore. We have the Acclaim defeating the Dark Order. We have Rio, Chris Statlander, and Rio Mizunami defeating Nyla Rose, Emi Sakurai, and the Bunny. We had Lee Johnson, Brock Anderson, and the Varsity Blondes defeating Factory and the Wingmen. John Silver defeats Peter Avalon, and Sonny Kiss defeats Adam Grave. Next up, we have AEW Dynamite from the 17th of November. Open the show with Bryan Danielson defeating Evil Uno. That was an up. We had Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii defeating the Butcher and the Blade. This was an up. Sucks, I think, that the Butcher got injured on this one again. So, shout out to him. Speedy recovery again. I think tore his bicep. I heard he was playing for Every Time I Die or whatever. Next day, fucking strong dude. But hopefully he gets back in the ring sooner than later, because I like to watch him in the ring. Nyla Rose defeats Hikaru Shida. That's an up. Leo Rush and Dante Martin defeat the Acclaim. That's a down. And I'll catch you up on that next time, because there's just some stuff going on with Leo and Dante, so that was a down for me. And the main event of AEW Dynamite was Sammy Guevara defeating Jay Lethal. This was an up in my match of the show. Next on here, baby, we got Impact from the 18th. Opened the show up with Steve Maclin defeating the Laredo Kid. This was an up. Had the Inspiration defeating the Bridesmaids. This was an up. Had Luke Gallows defeating Hikuleu. This was an up. We had Black Taurus and Crazy Steve and the Demon defeating Johnny Swinger, Hernandez, and Falaba. This was an up. This was kind of about my limit on craziness, though. And then we had for the main event, my star of the show, an up, and I think Minoru Suzuki's best match on his stateside tour, Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander. We're going to move on to Rampage from the 19th. This is a short one. Darby Allin defeats Billy Gunn. Jade Cargill defeats Red Velvet. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy defeat Adam Cole and Bobby Fish. Darby Allin versus Billy Gunn was an up. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet was an up. You know that Adam Cole, Bobby Fish versus Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy was a down. And like I said from earlier, I'm getting past this feud, and this was just another cherry on a Sunday I never wanted to finish in the first place. So, we got two more coming up down the road here. This was Turning Point. On the 20th, it looked like... Was it the 20th? 1/17. Yes, from the 20th. Turning Point. Impact's main pay-per-view. Not main pay-per-view, excuse me, I'm sorry. Impact pay-per-view for November. Opener up with Ace Austin versus Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin gets a win. This was an up. We had Eric Young and Joe Doring defeating Heath and Rhino. That's a down. You can't defeat my dad and my uncle in the same match. Got Rich Swann defeating VSK. This was an up. Got W. Morrissey defeating Matt Cardona. This was an up. The Inspiration defeating Decay, up. Trey Miguel defeating Steve Maclin and Laredo Kid. This was an up. Star of the show. Mickey James defeats Mercedes Martinez. That was an up. We had the Good Brothers defeating Chris Bay and Hikuleu. Up. We have Moose defeating Eddie Edwards. This was an up. Turning Point was an A. Turning Point was an A. Full Gear was a B+. Turning Point was an A. Move on to the last show of the week. And we'll let you guys get down and dirty with your Thanksgiving meal. This was Survivor Series from the 21st of November. Nakamura defeats Priest. This was a down. This goes down to my thing of pre-shows, and I just, the down doesn't matter because I said I don't review pre-shows, but it goes down to this thing of, everybody that is going to watch is already invested in watching it, and yeah, you could pick up other viewers with the pre-show match, and I don't know anything better than anybody else, but it's just like, you've notoriously heard guys like Pac complain, like, especially around the WrestleMania one, no, my matches are relegated to the pre-show or whatever have you, or then when I have the pay-per-view on the DVD, my match isn't even on the DVD, let alone the pay-per-view. You have to go back and watch it through the YouTube or whatever they did the pre-show on. So I just think it should be just promo work. I think it should just be match stuff, the same stuff that you're going to show. The promo work from Raw or SmackDown on your go-home show. Just allocate an extra 20 minutes or whatever on the main show and take that 20 minutes of extra B-roll footage and just put that in the pre-show instead of trying to shoehorn a match in there that really doesn't do much for anybody other than just whatever. Then we have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. This was an up that surprised this actually opened the show when most people thought this was going to main event. And most people knew the build up for this one over any of the other ones. It was a really good match, so. We had the 5-on-5 men. We had Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins defeating King Woods, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Happy Corbin, and Drew McIntyre. This was an up, I guess. Next up was The Rock's 25th anniversary debut Royale. Omos won this. This was an up. We had the RK Bros versus Usos. The RK Bro got the win on this one. This was a down. I'm tired of RK Bros. It would have been an up for Randy Orton and his illustrious accomplishments at this point, but I'm just tired of fucking Matt Riddle, dude. Get him to do something else and just be some kind of mean, straight-up MMA killer or something and have them feud. It's time. It's time for Randy to kick his ass. Time for Randy to get his ass kicked. Who knows? I'm just tired of RK Bros. Get that crap out of here. It's not crap. Whatever, but I'm tired of seeing it. Anyways, I digest. This was the 5-on-5 women's battle for Survivor Series. We had Bianca Belair, Carmella, Queen Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley defeating Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm, Shotzi, and Sasha Banks. Came down to Bianca and Shotzi. And the men's one came down to Seth Rollins and Jeff Hardy. But yes, after all of that, it came down to the main event of Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. This was also a down. I'm tired of the Roman's reign, as it were. I'm tired of Roman's reign at this point. Well, I guess he's doing his job very well, if I'm tired of it. Survivor Series, to me, gets a B-. AEW Full Gear, B+. Turning Point, A. Survivor Series, B-. Best Show of the Week, Turning Point. Match of the Week, Minoru Suzuki versus Josh Alexander. MVP of the Week, Trey Miguel. For men. For women, Becky Lynch. And that will do her for this episode of the Duke's Dive. This was a short, sweet, and to the point episode because I've been leaving you hanging for a couple weeks here. Next week will be another episode. Probably won't review anything on this episode because it's all, Turkey Day nonsense. So I'm just happy to have wrestling at this point during the holiday season, and I'm sure that the guys are just, they would rather be with their family too, so it's just all extra fun for us. So I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth and count its teeth and review all this stuff. So I'm just going to give you results and maybe some news if I have any. Yes, that is the episode. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week. Hit like, share this out to whoever you want to. Subscribe if you want to. Download it if you want to. I'm out of here. I'll catch you up on a dive next week. Thanks for watching.